there! This is the content promoter that will bring you luxurious content about the rich and famous. But today, let's focus on the 15 jobs that will make you a millionaire. This is Ava, and I will walk you to the jobs that might improve your way of life. Likewise, if you're new to this channel, subscribe to be updated for more videos. Let's start. The new millionaire is the billionaire. So, how tough is it to become a millionaire today? It shouldn't be too difficult, right? Unlike in the past, you no longer have to start and create a company with hundreds of people and large revenues. Nowadays, simply having a better paid job may lead you to 7 figures. So, we looked at your best options for getting paid large bucks. While putting this video together, we discovered that some specializations of well-known high-paid occupations are now paying even more than before. There are also a few new high-paying positions that were previously unavailable. Even though we have a worldwide audience, we focused our study on the United States to keep all of these occupations on par. Remember that the figures may fluctuate substantially depending on your location as we move forward. 1. Plastic surgeons and specialized doctors. Plastic surgeons earn between $200,000 to $300,000 per year. Radiologists, cardiologists, and orthopedic surgeons are the highest paid doctors, with annual salaries around $400,000. As one might think, neurosurgeons and brain experts are paid close to $400,000. So why mention plastic surgeons first? It's a lot more lucrative and booming these days. Everybody's having cosmetic surgery. Last year, over $16 billion was spent on modifications, which is rising year after year, particularly in the age of social media. It's one of those niches easy to get into from the medical area, and clients are sure to keep coming. 2. Corporate lawyer. A corporate lawyer's pay ranges from $200,000 to $300,000. If you're good, you can be a billionaire 5 years into your corporate employment. All you have to do is be productive for the company where you work. The 3 most profitable specialties are mergers and acquisitions, intellectual property and patent attorneys, and generally being a lawyer for a substantial financial or tech business. The bigger your income, the more value you may deliver them or prevent them from having to spend. If the case is a major one, it's not uncommon to earn a single payout of over $1 million. 3. Architect. The average wage for an architect is $100,000. The average salary for a good architect is above $250,000. Real estate is flourishing and will continue to do so as developers, organizations, and even cities undertake larger and larger projects. A single large project can provide you with the 7-figure revenue you need, but you're unlikely to receive it unless you've previously established yourself in the market. Because the pay is so high in most occupations on our list, competition for the top positions is strong. 4. Pilots and air traffic control. The average salary of pilots and air traffic controllers is $100,000. The average time it takes to get $1 million is less than 10 years. Pilots are still compensated well in an age when they don't have to accomplish nearly as much. An excellent pilot makes more than $300 per hour, whereas a low-paying pilot gets more than $200. Air traffic controllers earn even more than pilots on average, at $130,000 per year, and it's arguably the second simplest job on the list to get into, albeit it's also the most demanding. 5. Cybersecurity. The annual salary for an application security engineer is $250,000. Everyone else makes roughly $100,000 a year. We live in the most linked era in human history. Everything about you that makes you you is online, implying a lot of money can be extracted from this system. Last year, Equifax, a credit card business, had the personal data of over 140 million Americans stolen, including names, addresses, social security numbers, banking information, and everything else you need to steal someone's identity. Big IT businesses would not be able to recover from such a compromise. Therefore, they're paying top dollar to anyone who can bulletproof their technology. The same is true for big pharma businesses and anything involving intellectual property, patents, and research development. A sophisticated hack might lose a corporation billions of dollars. Protecting your personal information has never been more crucial than it is now. We've seen global arguments over how much information businesses like Google and Facebook have on you and how simple it is to sway public opinion. Hackers like simple targets, especially if you travel frequently. Anything you do online may be hacked and stolen, which is why we had to take action. 6. Marketing managers. The average income for marketing managers is $150,000, over $250,000 for the chief marketing officer. There are billboards and advertisements everywhere. It's becoming increasingly difficult to stand out in today's overcrowded advertising environment. A successful marketing executive may make or kill a business. Consider the growth of Old Spice, which rose from the ashes thanks to a clever marketing strategy. In a year, a 75-year-old firm makes more than double its sales. But marketing isn't only about advertising. It's also about how the product is constructed. A typical marketing director for corporations like Pepsi or Coca-Cola may make around $250,000 per year, depending on how people perceive it, how it fits in the market, and how it separates itself from other rivals. 7. High-end sales. The average wage for high-end salespeople is $200,000 per year. You'll do well everywhere if you can sell. A competent salesperson will always find employment. But this video is about people who are adept at what they do and prefer to specialize in high-ticket things. Why sell automobiles in a dealership when you might be selling Monaco real estate? The percentage may be lesser, but the pie is unquestionably larger. To keep things approachable, we won't look at the extreme cases and instead concentrate on the top 20%. If you know what you're doing, you could make a lot of money. Over $250,000 in annual real estate sales, $200,000 in yearly pharmaceutical sales, and $150,000 in annual software sales. 8. Software developer. The typical compensation for a software developer is $150,000, including company shares. We believe that the startup era has come to a close. Someone was beginning a business a few years ago, but they all failed and are now working in corporate employment. However, during that time, the value of someone who could make things happen was highlighted. After all, jobs would not have existed without Wozniak. Software engineers have a distinct advantage in that they can demand a stake in the firm in exchange for their services. If the enterprise succeeds, the developer will profit handsomely. 9. Petroleum engineer. Other petroleum positions pay above $100,000 per year, with a salary of $200,000 for a petroleum engineer. If money is to be made, then the compensation must be excellent. Unfortunately, the United States becomes distracted when the word oil is spoken. So, what exactly is a petroleum engineer? They're the people who establish drilling plants for oil and gas resources. They're also attempting to devise new methods of extracting all that precious material from the ground. Although oil and gas pay well, it has one of the highest death rates in the world. As a result, being one of the clever individuals on the beach pays off handsomely. Just watch the movie Deepwater Horizon to see what we're talking about. 10. YouTuber and new media personality. What is the typical income of a YouTuber or a new media personality? Over $5 million each year in time. The first million in 2 to 10 years. Yes, new media celebrities are making a lot of money these days. and the entrance obstacle is practically non-existent. It's actually free to start. Therefore, there are a lot of people wanting to get a piece of the pie, which is why calculating the average earning of your ordinary YouTuber is pointless since they don't make much money on average. The large players are at the top, and the few people who have the most eyes on them get to profit off their platforms. Ryan's Toy Reviews, a youngster unwrapping products, is perhaps the most successful channel directly from its advertising, making in excess of $20 million per year. Dude Perfect come in second with earnings of almost $20 million. PewDiePie has over 15 million subscribers and is now the most subscribed YouTube channel. 11. Professional athlete. The average professional athlete's wage is $2.5 million. The average career duration is 5 years. There has never been a better time in history to be a professional athlete than now. The only problem is that you must perform consistently for the longest possible time and then find out how to avoid the breaking process. Let us examine the finest of the greatest. LeBron James, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant made between $30 to $40 million per year in the NBA. Aaron Rodgers, $67 million. Aaron Donald, $40 million. And Tom Brady, $15 million. Messi earns $84 million in soccer. Cristiano Ronaldo, $61 million. And Neymar, $73 million in football for people outside North America. 12. Professional entertainer. Salary ranges from $250,000 to over $10 million per year for actors, musicians, and others. Where do we even begin this? Being a celebrity, whether a musician, movie star, TV program host, or actor, earns a lot of money. This time, we'll just choose a few celebs at random and tell you how much money they make. Ellen DeGeneres makes $80 million per year. Dr. Phil makes $79 million. Jimmy Kimmel makes $15 million per year. Conan O'Brien makes $12 million. Judge Judy makes $47 million per year. And Kim Kardashian makes $1 million per episode. $1 million every episode for the casts of Game of Thrones, Big Bang Theory, and Modern Family. $250,000 every episode for Stranger Things Kids. Chadwick Boseman earned $2 million for Black Panther. Brie Larson earned $5 million for Captain Marvel. Scarlett Johansson get $15 million for Black Widow. Bruno Mars earns $100 million every year as a musician. Drake makes $40 million per year. G-Eazy makes $2 million per year. And the Cash Me Outside girl makes $1 million per year. To be honest, we feel like the entire business is shifting toward new media and content as it evolves into something new. 13. Investment banker. Investment bankers earn an average of $200,000 per year, while managing directors earn at least $1 million. In the industry, the compensation is determined in the annual bonus you receive, sometimes even more than the income. Money and money management are perhaps the simplest ways to get wealthy. Investment bankers assist corporations and governments with their financing needs. It's more of a systematic approach to financial banking involving large sums of money. Only to give you an idea of the annual compensation earned by the greatest investment bankers, JP Morgan Chase, Jamie Dimon earns $282 million each year. Morgan Stanley's by James Gorman earns $22.5 million per year. Goldman Sachs' Lloyd Blackfein earns $22.3 million per year. 14. Hedge fund manager. The average income of a hedge fund manager is $2.4 million. Over $1 billion every year for the finest of the best. You're in for a treat if you thought investment bankers were well compensated. The hedge fund industry has the highest annual pay of all the jobs on this list. The hedge fund is essentially a group of wealthy individuals pooling their funds. A corporation called the hedge fund invests this money aggressively in order to generate high returns for its investors. Bridgewater Associates, for example, is the world's largest hedge fund with over $130 billion in assets under management. These sorts of funds are only available to the wealthy, as the average person has the requisite resources to participate. They gain a part of your profits, as well as a performance fee if the fund makes you money. So how much does a hedge fund manager earn annually? Last year, Bridgewater Associates manager Ray Dalio earned a little over $1 billion. Ken Griffin, the manager of Citadel, a $30 billion fund, received $870 million. While Israel Englander, the manager of Millennium Management, received only $500 million. And it's at this time that you understand how much money there is on the planet. If you want to understand more about this fascinating world and how to develop riches like this, we recommend reading Principles by Ray Dalio, the man who pays himself $1 billion a year to keep doing what he is doing. 15. Business owner. The average wage of a business owner is $75,000 per year. You weren't expecting this, were you? Yes, that's how much you will make if your firm is one of the 10 that survives. The difference is that you decide how much you make depending on the amount of labor you put in and your ability to create, adapt, and sell. The more you know about the market and your own company, the better decisions you can make. Every company is one step away from huge success and one step away from disaster. The $1 million question is deciding which path to go in. We're not going to make a list of company owners since you already know how much Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos makes. What we want you to understand is that not everyone can perform at the level of the folks that we've highlighted throughout this essay. But if you're clever, diligent, and choose the right industry, you may do well. Which of the jobs on the list would you choose and why? We're excited to hear about what you think. There's no summary for this video because it didn't make much sense. But as a thank you for staying with us all the way to the conclusion, we've included a bonus. 16. Don't choose a job just on the base of the pay. You'll probably regret it. When you don't have any, money is the most essential thing in the world. Only once you have it will you be able to recognize what is truly essential in life. It's not often that individuals opt to avoid money in order to save money. The golden handcuffs concept is used in major corporations when a job pays so highly that it imprisons you for life. To the best of our knowledge, you only get one life, and it's a pity to waste it on unnecessary material possessions. There's no use in looking for the end of the rainbow since there's no reward. Your life is precious, so don't waste it. If you've watched this video up to this point, please type the words, "My life is precious," in the comments if you realize how important your life is. And that is the end of this episode. Again, this is Ava from The Content Promoter. And if you're new to this channel, please subscribe, like, comment, and share for more updates about videos like this. Thank you for watching and see you on the next one.